Lisa, and this is my brother Corey, and we're travelling Australia together. I've got my camera in the gimbal. We need to get some more sleep today, hopefully soon, as we're only, I think, 80 k's from Brisbane, so quite close. I never stay in places that I'm not supposed to, unless it's for sunrise, because it makes it really hard to make it there for sunrise in time when you have to be driving from somewhere else. Last night when I went to bed, I was like worried about the ranger coming and knocking on the door. And then I told myself that if a car comes down here, it would only be the ranger because nobody else would drive down this road. Yeah. I counted 7 cars that drove down here, so I woke up every time. I'd look out the window, they would just drive around in a circle and drive back out again. And the road leads to nowhere, and it comes from nowhere. This morning I moved my van twice, and the third time I tried to move it wouldn't start. With push starting and a lot of guidance from my brother, we got the van started. However, it obviously has an issue, so we'll need to go to the mechanic. I never broke down at all on my last trip, so it's a bit ironic really. From the Glasshouse Mountains, we drove to Bentley, and then I've opened up my maps here, and to find a shower, usually I just go around and click on these. It sometimes isn't in this little part here. You actually have to go into it and read comments, and I just randomly found one over here. Yeah, it's at the wetlands, so a little bit random. So the showers are there. The sketchy part about it is the COVID testing line is over there, so it might be having a shower with COVID.
She only dance to reggae and calypso. She won't got man in her title. She only dance to reggae and calypso. City killers make rap to spiteful. She only dance to reggae and calypso. Got bare bomb bang for a rival. HK, I'm claiming that title. They hear what's in and slide through. Do my dance like she can go viral. Like the new age Jackson Michael. Ganja spit little chip, not idle. Section girl, take her back as a cycle. We don't slide, we glide and ride. Slam time, everyone hold band. It's the other side where we let that shine. Won't fuck, make your girlfriend mine. They just chat when they ain't on piss. I could buy breast for my favourite bitch. All of these freaks do amazing things. My reckless slip from an Asian thing. Unforgettable dick, have a girl falling. Cause I made her pump, push my hood all in. Now she's on all full, but she ain't calling. Give her the all night till the next morning. She only dance to reggae and calypso. She won't got man in her title. She only dance to reggae and calypso. City killers make rap to spiteful. She only dance to reggae and calypso. Got bare bomb bang for a rival. HK, I'm claiming that title. They hear what's in and slide. She only want killy milly, she don't want them man. Give a man a business, pepper that trapper man. Tryna get them man, book, bam bam. Suns out, guns out, blow bam bam bang. GMRC, I'll come like a Taliban. Don't you think she's mad, but I'm a madder man. Her ex is a waste man, now she got a badder man. Stay with my killy, can't trust a bagger man. We don't party poop, we party shop. We get the party locked. Doctor or a big 6 shots. Turn fist off. They see man, but then they're casking off. They're mashing my hand, making car lift off. 4-4 bulldog and it's barking off. Spot my target, then I'm charting off. Michael Jackson bad, one of a kind when I'm rolling camp. But they just talking and it looks sad. Brazilian hair for a baddie I smash. I consider it clear that them niggas just brass. She wanna dance to calypso. It's the way that I watch you won't let go. It was me that made your gal tiptoe. Why? She only dance to reggae and calypso. She want gun man in her title. She only dance to reggae and calypso. City killers with racks is battle. She only dance to reggae and calypso. But bare bomb bang for a rival. HK I'm claiming that title. They hear what's in and slap. A bare bomb bang for a rival. She want gun man in her title. Dance that nigga go rival. Like the new age, that's the man. HK I'm claiming that title.
I slept in the van here last night because it's perfectly legal in New South Wales to sleep in your vehicle so long as it's not signed otherwise. You can't park in that car park after 11 PM, 5 AM, but you're allowed to park on the street. I'm going to move back to where I was yesterday because that is a no overnight parking spot. And have my morning breakfast. Well, it looks like I got a friend for breakfast. Not to eat. Not that kind of for breakfast. The hot water's boiling. My friend there. Awesome view. It is a bit funny with the car park rules being some that you can be in and some you can't, when you literally just move like 1 metre and then you can stay there. It makes as much sense as probably the restrictions at the moment. Like in New South Wales there's no restrictions, and in Queensland there's lots of restrictions. So I mean, all you gotta do is just drive 10 to 2 minutes down the road and then you're just fine. You can go anywhere and do anything. And then just come back to Queensland. So I don't know how does that make sense? Like I have to check to see like which side of the border I'm actually on, because as you can see it's a squiggly line. It's not just one straight line like most of the borders are. So yeah, right now I'm actually in New South Wales, which I didn't realise. My last trip I was unable to do the coastline because there was bushfires. So this time we're looking at filling in this gap here and doing the coastline, except I don't want to go through Sydney. I don't like driving in cities, especially not in the van. So I'll be looking for a way that I can go around there. This is about how I plan a trip. This is all for example purposes only. So the first thing I do is work out how much I can save. So normally I save 50 to 61% of my income. So say your income is 20,000, your expenses are 10,000, save 10,000. So then I work out a budget of how much it's going to cost me a month on the road. So I've worked out 1,338. Then I get that figure and I divide it by the 10,000, which equals 7.47 months. So that's how I work out how long I'll be travelling for. Then I pick a direction, I work out the kilometres, and then I divide it into 7 months roughly, and then that's just a rough guide. This is my planning map, and that's it. Everything else is just made up along the way. As long as you've got your money, you've got your time, you don't need anything else. The update with the van and it not starting is I stopped in at a mechanic and he thought it might be the solenoid in the starter motor. I haven't had an issue again, so yeah, but booked in for new tyres because they're quite old. Of course I only packed the essentials, so for rollerblades, time to go for a rollerblade. So basically this has been our home base during the day. Coolangatta's over that way. Got the supermarket. Showers over there too. Slept on the streets again last night because in this area there's absolutely no free camp, and stay at a caravan park costs you about $50 a night, and I'm here till Monday to get tyres. Making and eating lunch inside today because the weather is a little bit unpredictable today. It's been raining off and on all day and it's a little bit cold.